Something is going on in Central City. Those were not there before. And neither were these. Something's happening. And I have a feeling I know who's involved. What's up, everyone? It's Beau here from Flash TV Talk. It's Flashcraft. I normally just say Flashcraft, and I didn't say Flashcraft. But you know what? That's okay. We're rolling with it because everything is weird here in Central City. A lot of the good things are going on. Obviously, we have broken ground on our Star Labs build for Central City. And today, last time we went through and we worked you through how to build that bottom row. This time, we're going to work on the second layer. And it is a little bit bigger than the bottom. It's going to curve out and then curve back in. But it'll all make sense. I'm going to go slow so you can see how it works and all that great stuff. But first, we need to deal with this. This is concerning to me. Look at this. This is gross. This is the one where I'm the most concerned, to be honest. It's not just the fact that these little, boils or something are popping up everywhere, but the fact that it's creeping up on Iron Heights, and I haven't even had a chance to fortify Iron Heights yet. That's a problem. And I think this has something to do with our alien invasion. Now, I have got my spyglass here that I typically store up at the headquarters for the Agents of Acronym. We'll be checking on that here in a bit. But I think first we need to see what exactly is going on. Now, last we went down here, we discovered that yes, there is a secret layer underneath Fox's shop in which Brainiac has, I guess, planted his mainframe? I don't know. But we saw very specifically... that always makes me nervous. I always think there's like a pressure plate right there or something like that. Now, we saw very specifically that Brainiac has been doing something with time fluid. Look at this. All right. He's been taking the time fluid. He's been converting it, pouring it into this yellow goo, taking the yellow goo, pouring it into this thing, which is making these blocks. And I don't really know what that means. I know it's nefarious, and I know it's my time fluid and not Brainiac's time fluid. But I'm thinking we need to go over here and look for some clues. And what do you know? It looks like Brainiac has left his evil plans out for us. Well, see, now that's more like it. That's how a supervillains. You monologue to tell everybody your plans. You leave them out for anybody to find. Right out here in front of your throne, next to your dogziac. Anyway, let's see what's up. Evil plans. 1. Bond with one or more of the primitive beings of this planet. 2. Gather time fluid that was carelessly leaked by primitive human. Primitive? And convert to power source. 3. Assimilate Central City into data. Unleash deletion robots once assimilation is complete. Reconstruct ship with remaining space-time fluid and travel to Earth 3. Okay, all right. Whoa. This is diabolical. I knew, ladies and gentlemen, that Brainiac was up to no good. I mean, come on. You can't be, encroaching on my turf. That alone warrants you a death sentence, Brainiac. But now you make your plans known? You intend... Let's just go back over this. Because some of this... Look... 2. Gather time fluid that was carelessly leaked by primitive human and convert to power source. This is already happening. This is happening now. Actually, assimilate Central City into data. That's actively happening now. Which means that somebody in Central City has bonded with Brainiac and is currently a Brainiac host. Now, I don't want to point fingers or anything like that. But I do think it's very, telling that several hundred blocks above us is Fox's shop. This is concerning. You know what? What do we do? What do we do with this information? Yeah. You know what? We're gonna take it. We're gonna take this to the agency. Yeah. That's right. We're gonna let the Agents of Acronym know. They need to be aware. We're coming for you, Brainiac. Oh man. You hate to see it. So Brainiac is trying to convert our city into data. But you know what? Last week, we established the Agents of Acronym. And as you can see, Acronym HQ is, kind of come together a little bit. it's kind of come together a little bit. And I think we need to make sure that the agents are aware of what's going on. Now, this is top secret stuff, mind you. So only the agents of Acronym, I guess, should see it at this point. There we go. Brainiac's plans have been found. We got to trust no one. It's here for the agents. And you know what? We need to let the agents know that they've got the job. Because we've got the recruiting station going on over here. And I think we have quite a few people who have actually signed up. Yeah, Will DeMayer. Okay, well, so he says. Fox de McLeod. Now that's concerning. And Kyle de Okay. All right. Fox. Should we let Fox be an agent of Acronym? I mean, it's clear that he's Brainiac. Like that. This is clear. This is basically known, right? I mean, like it's under his shop. He is the avatar for Brainiac. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I was coming over here because I was gonna try to post these names and I was gonna mail people to let them know they were in, but we might need to make some decisions. Things might need to get a little covert. They might need to get a little covert. Maybe we let him in, but we don't let him in all the way. All right? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. All right. So, we got work we got to do. But speaking of work, I have been hard at work as the interim city manager for Central City. As we of course, we're working on Star Labs. We're dealing with this alien invasion. But I've had a few initiatives that I have wanted to take on now that I have been running the city. And these initiatives are as such. One that has been outlying has been to have a central park or a city park. And that, as you can see right over my right shoulder, has been done. The other is to have a little bit of a visitor center and a welcoming center. And that is also almost done. But I wanted to kind of show you both. So, the mindset here is that as we get to the end of the season, I wanted to kind of give a little bit more like firm boundaries of what's, clearly defined as Central City. We got the sign right here. The goal is that, when this thing goes out and we download it and we revisit it later, it'll feel very kind of put together. Like this is like the Beau, so to speak, put on top of the city. We had kind of this little blank area. We got a bit of a forest here that leads to the historic district and that sort of thing. But we had a little bit of a blank space that was right here. And on top of that, not only was it just a blank space, but because I was not thinking back in the day, I had the post office facing inward to the city, which does make sense. But that means when you walk up to the city, the first thing that you see is the back of the post office building, which isn't, it's a cool post office building. I'm very proud of how it turned out, but that's not exactly the best view, if you know what I mean. So this park kind of allows for a little bit of a nicer, more welcoming introductory into Central City. And thanks to the new moss blocks and the azalea trees and the bushes that you can kind of see over here, it looks really nice. I actually incorporated some of the moss with the grass as well to kind of break it up a little bit, give it a little bit more of a park type feel. We got the benches, we got your trash cans, and of course, we've got a statue. Now this is great. This was actually a statue that was donated by EOTech. Statue of our one true hero, donated by EOTech. And so I think this is great. I think this is really such a wonderful park that I think welcomes you into Central City. And I'm very proud of how it turned out. I think this is really nice. The other thing is our visitor center, kind of our welcoming center. Now this is not quite done, as you can kind of see the corner isn't put together and the back isn't done yet. So you end up with this kind of image in reverse on the back, though reverse in a bad way, not in a good way, because we like to reverse things here. But regardless, I did want this to be more of the traditional Flashcraft logo, which is this right here. And so I thought, it makes sense. When you first walk in, we should have this as kind of the greeting for the visitor center. Now, my hope is that what we'll do is that all the Flashcrafters will take a book and they'll maybe write a note to everybody, or just a note in general to the other Flashcrafters, and kind of put it here up on the wall so that once we download it, then when we revisit the world, we can kind of go back and read the notes that, we left each other. And I think that'd be kind of nice. I think it'd be kind of a nice way to really, again, put that bow on top, put that cherry on top. But that's our little visitor center when you first walk in. And then, of course, you got such a great view of the city. It's come together so nicely. The historic district is walled off. So that's completed. We've got this wonderful walkway and paths have all been updated. So that's pretty much all done. Actually, we got a city limits sign over there. Actually blocked off and kind of walled off the side of the city. So it's very clearly defined where our city limits are. We do have that XP farm out there. It's not necessarily in city limits. It is for the city. And yeah, so now we're kind of out in the wilds. By the way, this dude out here, let's see. He's just been out here for like a while. Like, I feel like I have seen this guy over the last couple of days just like around. Crazy. I don't know if somebody named him or what, but he is not despawning. All right, so here at my temporary office, we have, we've got our list, and we can go ahead and knock some stuff off here. Facelift for Iron Heights. That has not happened yet. That still needs to happen. So that is going to happen. And Town Hall. Last time I did a facelift for Town Hall, our quote unquote mayor decided to undo it. So if we do a facelift to Town Hall, it's going to have to be something more drastic and permanent. And I got something in mind. We're not going to do that today. So we're going to hang on to this one right here. Now the visitor center is done, so that's there. Memorial Park is also done. Well, this isn't very helpful. They're on two different sides. There we go. I am knocking things out left and right. It's crazy. I mean, look at this. I mean, like, again, Defend Earth 2. Brainiac kind of has unfortunately, slowed my progress because, again, I'm trying to get to this. That's what I want. That's what I'm trying to get to. I want the voting booth back. I want the people to take control again, to command their city. I mean, this is way too much work for me as Supreme Leader. I mean, look at this. Look at all that I have done already for the city. I mean, this is crazy, absolutely crazy. So I'm don't get me wrong. This is a top priority, absolutely a top priority. Right after all these other things. So I'm working on Defending Earth 2. We still need to do that facelift for Iron Heights and a face lift for Town Hall because, this won't do. This absolutely won't do. So that's coming. But now we need to work on Star Labs because as we started last week, we've made some good progress. We've made some significant progress. And today we're going to do the same thing. Now our goal again, as stated, this time around is to go a little bit slower with the Star Labs build and be a little bit more intentional about sharing what we're doing. So that for those that want to build a Star Labs at home, you can kind of follow along and you'll be set to go. Now, in last week's episode, not only did we build up the sides, but we also talked about the circle. In fact, a circle was placed on the screen that kind of showed you what kind of size circle you need. Now, I didn't do the math. I'm kind of letting you do the math. You got to do a little work yourself. Okay? We're not going to spoon feed this to you. We're more going to chop it up into bite-sized bits. Yeah, but you got to use the spoon. That's on you. Regardless, one thing that may help is if you are using the same circle is taking 3 blocks and locating this kind of central point on the curve. And the reason for this will become obvious, but basically what you want to do is kind of come to the side and locate the last thing on the front face, the last side on the front face that has kind of that 2-block portion. Mark it off with a block. I used bricks. You can use whatever. Over here, you do the exact same. So on the neighboring side, come here, go to the point where there's the 2 blocks and mark it off with a block. Then you can kind of identify the middle between the two, and you're going to want to mark that off with a block. And the reason is because we need to utilize stairs as part of this next portion, and you're going to want to know when you need to start turning them from facing one way to facing the other way. All right, and like I said at the top of the show here, we are going to be working on this top half. And the mindset is that we want it to kind of bulge out a little bit and then curve back in. So to do this, we're going to build a layer that looks like this. We're going to have the stairs going upwards, or kind of the upside down stairs, I should say. We're putting that directly on this top concrete layer. So like so. Okay. Then on the stairs, we're going to do 1 black glass, then 1 concrete, then 1 black glass. And then we're going to want the stairs curving back towards the build so that when it's all said and done, it looks like that. That's one little slice. And basically, we're going to want to do that all the way around. Now, the reason I had you mark off the sides over here is because once we get to this central block, instead of the stairs facing this way, the stairs are going to need to start facing this way. Make sense? I hope. All right, let's get started on it and see how far we get. All right, and we are done, except for the fact that I realized there's one last little step. We want to put behind all of these stairs a block of white concrete, and basically the exact same zigzag pattern, the exact same concrete that's kind of underneath the kind of the lip there. We basically want to do the same thing up here at the top. So it's not just about putting it here, but it's also looking down below. All right, see, and if there's one down there, then that means boom, one goes here. Yeah, I've got to give a major shout out to Will for mixing up this concrete, because yeah, this would be very difficult to do. This would take a very, very long time if we were having to mix up the concrete as we were going along. And it's a good reminder that while we're all, we've got the whole, mayor versus supreme leader, and even with Brainiac on the prowl, we're all having fun. This is all a lot of good times with friends, fun stuff. Now, one thing you're gonna have to figure out, and one thing that we probably should be doing right now that we definitely are not doing, is lighting this thing up. Because even as the sun is starting to set on me, admittedly, I'm getting a little nervous because I've created quite the mob farm here. Multi-layered mob farm when you think about it. And, it's probably a really good time to point out that, we are all friends here. In-game feuds notwithstanding. Because something happened while I've been working on this. And I guess it's actually best to finish this first and then show you, because even as I'm talking about it, it's throwing off my block placement ability. And of course, we're using white concrete here, but technically speaking, you could use, smooth quartz if you wanted to. That would definitely kind of blend perhaps a little bit better, but I like the white concrete. I actually like the breakup of the white, whatever works best for you. And let's be honest, white concrete, while mildly time consuming, is much cheaper than smooth quartz. Overall, this is the easy part. It's what comes next that's kind of complicated. And by kind of, I mean extremely. Not to mention extremely frustrating. But that's it. That was the last block. Okay, so good. That means, whoa, we're done. Boom, look at that. Yeah, okay. All right, the top layer is done. Boom. Or the second layer, I should say, is done. So, interesting. It looks a little different this time. This is smaller, isn't it? We've talked about this already, but this is definitely a smaller Star Labs than what we built before, and yet it still feels so huge. But as you can see, and it's a little bit difficult because we've got kind of the scaffolding up there, but you can kind of see we've got a little bit of a curvature going on here. And that's exactly what we wanted as we build this thing up. So, yeah. There we go. There we have it. We got that second layer done. Just kind of scoping from the inside that it looks about right. And it does. Okay. Good. Good. I know it doesn't look like much now, but it's coming together. And I will say that for me, once that second layer goes on, you can really start to get the feel for what we want here. And that's good. Like, this is starting to kind of feel like Star Labs. But yeah. The next part is where it starts getting really, really crazy, because now we have to kind of build in, and then we got to curve back out and create the bowl. And I hate the bowl so much. I don't exactly know exactly how we're going to do this exactly. That's a lot of exactlies. But I want to do it better than we did last time. Part of me is wondering if we should even maybe if Beall made a mini circle that we could connect to, and then the bigger circle, the wider circle out there, or something like that. I don't know. I might have to talk to him and see what he comes up with. But regardless, there you go. That's part 2 of our Star Labs build. But as I mentioned, there is something that occurred while I was working on that. Apparently, Will, our quote unquote mayor, has met an untimely demise. And a lot of people were shocked, but I wasn't totally shocked by this. This was not totally shocked by me, because I may have made a bit of a purchase of the, shall we say, not necessarily illegal variety, but certainly of the nefarious variety. This has been lit for some time. The Shrine of Ra's al Ghul has been lit for some time. And hello. Oh, we got little intruders coming in. That's been lit for a while. Wait, are you the guy? No. Are you the same guy from the desert? No, because that guy had an enchanted axe, right? Hang on now. Is enchanted axe guy gone? I don't see him. I don't see him anywhere. I see you. And actually, these days you're actually worthwhile to talk to. You got new blocks. I've already got dripstone. Nothing. All right, so what was I saying? Yes, the Shrine of Ra's al Ghul, boom, is lit and has been for some time. And I need to be very clear about this because I realize how this is going to sound, but it's absolutely true. I am not Ra's al Ghul. Okay, I'm not. I'm not the. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was Ra's al Ghul. That's true. That was me. I was Ra's al Ghul, the first. But ever since that whole situation and kind of faction war, tension type situation stopped, I have not been Ra's al Ghul, which to me means there's a new Ra's al Ghul in town. And this new Ra's al Ghul has it in for copper. So when I was doing this, I was after that netherite. And I used gold as kind of my cheapskate way of making sure that I could put hits out on people without having to give up my netherite. But this new Ra's is all about the copper. And as you can see, a copper ingot is in fact on the wall. So our quote unquote mayor reached an untimely demise. Now who or how, I don't know. I don't need to know. All I know is I dropped a little copper with his name on it. So props to whoever this new Ra's al Ghul is. They seem to be very effective. Because I know from personal experience, Will's not as easy to kill as I'd like to admit. I tried really hard to kill him back when I was Ra's, and I failed miserably. But he said that he died in the Central City Citizen building, and that they used a firebomb thing on him, which is kind of cool. I want to see what that's all about. Let's see. Can we go to... I know there's his desk. I think this is his desk. All right. He said there was like a pressure plate and a firebomb. And I want to know what this technology is. I do find it interesting that new killing technology has just been implemented as we've actually got a new resident of Flash. Oh, did I miss it? Go back down. Wah! No. But yeah, so we've got a new resident of Earth 2 here on Flashcraft. Oh, what's this? Oh. Creeper. That is nothing. But yeah, Dr. Alien. Doc Alien has joined us here on Flashcraft as the latest resident. He's come in pretty late, obviously, in the season, but we told him to come on in. We'd get him kind of caught up with some gear so he can join us for once Season 3 begins and kind of be accustomed to our insane ways. All right, well, I don't see where this happened. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm guessing he must have cleared it up. I'm guessing he must have cleared it up. But anyway, regardless... he did put typically what ends up happening, to kind of give you an idea, is that when I was Ra's al Ghul, when people died, they would just kind of put a message in the chat just saying like, somebody killed me, don't know who, don't know how, if you know, you know, wink, wink, wink. And Will basically posted that just the other day as I was in the midst of about halfway through this thing. So, yep. I'm feeling that was one copper bar very well spent. And to this new Ra's, or I suppose her League of Assassins, congratulations on being a very effective Ra's al Ghul. Now, of course, you're not the OG, because I'm the OG, but you might be better than me. That's tough to admit. Gotta swallow my pride. That's okay. That's all right. It's all good. But hey, look, we've made a ton of progress here on Star Labs. We will get to working on the bowl and kind of coming up with a strategy for that, hopefully by next episode. And yeah, that is going to do it for us for this week. You know what? I think to sign out, I'm going to go and sit in our, Central City Park and just really admire the view here. So from all of us at Flashcraft, goodbye.